Alright guys, happy Saturday. So, we did it. We finally got it a little bit more organized with the impacts on top of the Harbor Freight tool cart like I said I was going to a few weeks ago. For some of you guys just catching on, what I did was kind of getting really discouraged with my layout, my setup here. I had way too many sockets on top here. I had all my chromes and my impact sockets up on top of the top deck here of the Harbor Freight tool cart. Come on back, bud. This way you get a whole view of it. So it still looks pretty packed, but what are you going to do? I did the best job I can. So I'll give you guys a quick rundown of what we had to do to make this all work. So come on in, Ev. So these here are the basic, come on over here so you can get the sides of it. The Harbor Freight socket rails. What I do with mine, guys, is I trim mine down. Like you can see here, I'll get it here a second ago. My 3/8 impacts, they only go up to 3/4 inches. So I cut my tray down. I don't need the rest of the empty socket spaces on there. It just takes up room. And I do the same thing with my 1/4 inch drive impact sockets. I trim the tray down. If my set only goes up to 9/16, that's where I trim my tray down. I did the same thing over here on this side with the metrics. The 3/8 drive metrics. I trimmed them down to 19 because that's all my set went up to on the 3/8 side with the impacts. So I think it looks much better now. It's much more compact. I could fit all my air tools on the top. Not all of them, but the ones I use mostly. That little 1/4 inch drive ratchet, guys, it has been working awesome. I really like it. This is the Harbor Freight one. It's the little compact 1/4 inch drive. I'm trying to see the model number on here for you. I get rid of the box. I don't see the model number. But it's been working really, really good. I'm very happy with it. And that's my Ingersoll Rand 3/8. And there's the Astro. This thing, guys, is fire. I mean, if you guys are in the market for 95 bucks, this is the 1828 Astro 3/8 nano impact wrench. It is phenomenal. It'll really get you into some tight spots. The only reason I'm holding off right now on getting the M12 3/8 stubby Milwaukee is because I have this. And this thing just gets me everywhere I want to be with an impact. So I'm still using this. Still using the 1/4 inch Chuck M18 on some of the smaller things. That's working really good still. But anyway, back to the impact sockets. So a couple of modifications if you guys do decide to go down this road, I'm going to prepare you for. Remember when I said in the video the 1/4 inch impacts? There's not much difference in the size of the 1/4 inch impact and chromes when you buy the Sunex, the thin wall. But where you start to notice a difference in size is when you get to the smaller sockets. This is the 1/4 inch, but not so much on the SAE side though, but on the metric side. Because there's so many more of them. You'll see down here, when you start getting down to like the 7s, they only taper the top down to 7 millimeters. They don't taper the whole bottom socket like you'd see on a chrome. So what happens is when you're starting to fit all these little sockets onto the rails here, they start butting into each other and start hitting each other, and they won't go down and set down all the way. So what I actually have to do, is kind of grind just a little bit around these posts here, just trim them down so it gives a little bit of slack and movement. So I had to do that with the 1/4 inch ones. And I think that was it. I don't think I had to do it with the 3/8. And definitely the 1/2 inch ones I've had, no problem. The 1/2 inch drive socket tray, I didn't have to trim anything. It's mostly the 1/4 inch drive ones because there's so many little sockets here they give you. They go from 4 up to 15 with no skips. So again, I did have to grind down some of these little posts here, trim off some of the edges of them, which wasn't a big deal at all. The swivels, what I ended up doing was putting all my swivels, the 1/2 inch, the 3/8 drive Sunex swivels on this Husky magnetic tray here. That worked out really well. Hey, camera guy, you got to take back over again. I'm taking over your job. You ready? You got to put that hose down so you can hold it with 2 hands. So the swivels here, I put on top of the Husky magnetic socket tray. It's been working out really good. The left side is the SAE side. The right side is my metric side. You can see here I pretty much, I do have one chrome 20-inch here, 20 millimeter, forgive me guys, 20 millimeter here. I have to get a 20 millimeter deep and a shallow and a 12, and I'll have the whole metric side at the 1/2-inch drive set, pretty much top to bottom. And over here at Chinch on the SAE side, I only have to get a you come over here, 1 1/4 and 1 1/8, and I'll have the entire thing set up with impact sockets. Been using them. I honestly, guys, I really don't notice the difference between using a chrome and using a impact, whether it's on a ratchet or not. So, you know, I think it's working out pretty well, and it saved me some room on the top of the tool cart where I can start storing some other items that I don't have to bend all the way down to grab, which is good. Oh, one other thing I forgot to show you guys. We got this a while ago. This is the Vessel, the Phillips impact screwdriver. It's basically what you do is it's what do you call that thing again, Ev? I forgot what they call that screwdriver. It's like an impact screwdriver. Guys, it's slipping my brain, but this really comes in handy when you're dealing with a lot of Japanese cars with the Phillips heads holding the front rotors on. This is a really good fit. This bit right here, this it's the P2, which is basically like a number 2 Phillips. What you do is you strike this strike cap with a hammer, and it actually acts like an impact driver. It's pretty cool. The company's called Vessel. I believe that it's from Japan. Really cool screwdriver. It's not a normal Phillips head. It's got a really good tight fit into the fastener, a Phillips head fastener. And again, you just strike it here, and it acts like an impact driver, and it breaks that screw loose without stripping it out, because this gets embedded in there when you whack it with a hammer. I forgot to show you guys this. I had this thing for a few months, and I used it on, I want to say 3 different cars. One was my brother's car, and I forgot the other 2 cars. But it worked really cool. Oh, and another thing we picked up, guys. Carlisle finally got one of these, the 3/8 drive ratchet. It's it's kind of a locking flex, not a permanent locking flex, but it's the bent handle. Especially good for doing the spark plugs, especially on the 302 over there. Getting to the plugs next to the headers is kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm not going to be whacking my knuckles on anymore. This was 29 bucks, guys, on sale at Napa. It's Carlisle. And, ooh, guys, I did do an order today on Napa.com. Got a couple Carlisle tools coming that I can't wait to do a unboxing for. That'll be in hopefully by the end of the week. So, anyway, I'm going to get going. I didn't want to make this too long of a video. I just wanted to show you guys, give them the whole view, Ev. I just wanted to give you guys a quick video of how it turned out with the only impact sockets on the top rail and top tray, and got rid of all the chromes pretty much. Looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it so far. And till the next video, guys, we'll catch up.